sit on the tree, but she's like, check this bitch. There's a spider web. I like to go on adventures, travel, be in the woods, you know, nature, go to concerts, play music, listen to music. So I've had depression my whole life. I forget the medical term I was diagnosed with, but I think it's like bipolar depression, where sometimes you're fine, sometimes you're not fine. And I've had it for like literally as long as I can remember. And then I don't necessarily know if I have an eating disorder, but I have problems with eating because of my childhood and past traumas. Ignore it. That's my coping skill. I just ignore everything. I don't know. Yeah, basically. Well, like a piece of shit. I don't know. Like a non-functioning human being, probably. So like, you know, not be there at some point. So I just kind of like ignore people. Like, I don't know. I try not to keep making people friends that care about me and like, you know, because there's just kind of like no point at the end of it all, because not everyone's there for you all the time. I don't know, I feel like I'm behind a lot because everyone else seems like they're better at doing things that society like deems acceptable, and like I struggle with like all of it. So I feel like I'm just behind a lot. I feel like mental illness really isn't talked about. I feel like it's a lot better than like what it used to be, but there's still not enough of like help, and there's just always like a standardized way of getting help, like go to therapy, and nobody ever tells you that there's like other types of therapy that can help you deal with things, and like talk therapy is not just one of them, and like people aren't really taught what mental illness is, so they can't ever help other people with mental illnesses really to the best of their ability because they're trying to figure out their own shit. So I feel like we could definitely do like a lot better than where we're at now, so to speak. I don't think it's portrayed accurately at all, because I think it's very romanticized to have a mental illness or have some sort of like self-harm or like, you know, eating disorder or something. Like there's always something like positive that's come out of it. I've only seen one thing on Netflix, and I can't remember what it was, but it was about somebody who had an eating disorder, and I think it was also portrayed very accurately to like what having an eating disorder or like some form of mental illness would be. Because it's not an easy thing, and you don't always like fall in love with it. But yeah, like it's a lot harder than what people portray it as. It's not just something that you can like get over. It's like, yeah, I don't know, just that like, just because you think somebody's doing fine or they act happy all the time, like they're like, just check in on people that you care about, I guess, because like it's really easy to hide the fact that you're going through a ton of shit, or like that you're severely depressed and like everything, and just because someone says they're fine doesn't really mean they are fine. And people could be going through like a bunch of different things, and it's just better to always check up on people and not always take like someone saying they're fine or like they're okay, or someone looking normal or fine as I forgot the word, as like they're okay. Like just be more mindful that you can't really tell by the looks of someone that they have a mental disability or disorder or any of that. You can't really judge, like don't judge a book by its cover. Like you can't ever tell if someone's actually mentally ill. Like most of the time you'll only be able to tell if they're actually at their breaking point, and that could be avoided. Like you never know. Like it's like trying to, it's like, yeah, it's like trying to pick out a color blind. Like you just don't know. Like you never know.
A dot. Oh, it's right there.
Did you just break bottles around you? Did you not want it?